Hello students, how are you all? I hope you all are doing good and you all are staying safe at your homes. So today we are starting our first chapter, which is nutrition in plants, and in this chapter we'll discuss about what nutrition is, what are the mode of nutrition that a plant uses, what is photosynthesis, and we'll also learn about how is this whole process of taking nutrition useful for plants. Okay, so let's start the chapter. So as we all know that our human body requires some kind of source to get energy. Okay, now as living organisms we all perform certain basic life processes which is required to stay alive. For human beings, it is nutrition, respiration, reproduction, circulation, excretion, a number of life processes. Whereas for some simpler organisms like plants, it is nutrition, respiration, growth and reproduction. Simple. A very simple life process to live. And to perform all these life processes, what do we require? We require energy, and there should be a constant supply of energy for us to grow, and the food we eat provides us that energy. We already know that there are the basic components of food are protein, carbohydrate, vitamins, fats, minerals. These are the basic components of food as you have studied in your previous classes. These nutrients enable any living organisms to build their body, to grow their body. They helps to repair any kind of damage. They also helps in providing energy to the body to perform certain activities or the steps that we do, or the life processes or the basic life processes that we do in our day-to-day life. So to summarize all of these, nutrition is actually a process of taking food by an organism and its digestion, absorption and utilization by the body. Which means that nutrition is a process in which we take the food. As organisms, we take the food get digested in our body, the digested nutrients get absorbed by the body, and the absorbed nutrients get utilized by our body, at the end providing energy. So this whole process is commonly called as nutrition. Okay, so let's now study about plants and let us learn about what are the various mode of nutrition that a plant uses. So basically there are two basic mode of nutrition in plants. The first one is autotrophic and the second one is heterotrophic. The word auto means self and the word trophus means nutrition. So the word trophic comes from the word trophus, which is a Latin word, and that word means nutrition. That means the autotrophic mode of nutrition, the name summarizes into self-nutrition, which means that any organism which is able to make their own food from a simple substance is performing an autotrophic mode of nutrition. So in the case of plants, the simple nutrients which they need are prepared from the simple substances like carbon dioxide, water, minerals, which is very commonly found in the surrounding. Okay, and the organism which perform the autotrophic mode of nutrition is called autotrophs. Okay, all green plants, and there are certain bacteria which have the capacity to make their own food, hence they are autotrophs. Okay, Now, the second mode of nutrition that a plant uses is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Now, in heterotrophic mode of nutrition, the word hetero means other and tropos means nutrition. Now, thus the heterotrophic mode of nutrition, the name heterotrophic summarizes into other nutrition, which means the nutrition which is derived from others. So, the mode of nutrition in which an organism cannot make its own food from simple substance but obtained ready-made food from the green plants directly or indirectly is called heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And the organisms which perform heterotrophic mode of nutrition are called heterotrophs. Now, there is a confusion here. What does we mean by directly and indirectly? Why do we say directly or indirectly? Now, directly means the way we have as human beings, we require certain plant products that we eat. For example, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, we get them directly. Okay. Now, just suppose about cows. Cows are herbivores. They eat only plant products, right? Now, suppose if plant will not be there, will cow survive? They will not survive. And if cow will not be there, from where will we get our milk? We can't get the milk. So, we are getting milk indirectly from plants. Similarly, lions. Lion eat deer, which is an herbivore. Deer is an herbivore and deer eats only plants. So, if plant will not be there, deer will also not be there. And if deer will not be there, then what will happen? Eventually, the lion will also die. So, that means that the lion is indirectly getting food from the plants. Okay. Now, plants when make their own food, which means when plants do autotrophic mode of nutrition, the plants that do autotrophic mode of nutrition do it with the help of a process which is called photosynthesis. All the green plants present in the nature perform this process which is called photosynthesis. Now, in this picture, you can see very clearly that the sun is giving the sunlight, carbon dioxide is taken from the environment, and chlorophyll is present in the leaf, and all these three components when come together helps the plant to perform the process of photosynthesis. Okay? And the water and minerals are provided by the roots. Okay? The term photosynthesis was given by Charles Reid Warren in 1893. In this term, the word photo means light and synthesis means to build, which means to build something using light. Okay? Now, when we build, the leaves of plant are green in color because they contain a pigment which is chloroplast. This is actually a colored body. Okay? The colored body is called chloroplast and the pigment present in that chloroplast is actually chlorophyll. This chlorophyll provides the green color to all the plants. Okay? The chlorophyll uses the solar energy to prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. What happens is when carbon dioxide and water come together inside the leaf, the sunlight or the photons of the sunlight breaks down the carbon dioxide and water molecules and then the chlorophyll helps them to recombine and form a molecule which is called glucose. Now, this glucose is actually the food of the plant and it also releases oxygen. This here is the balanced equation for a photosynthesis, and I want you all to remember this balanced equation. I don't want you all to remember that CO2 plus H2 is along with sunlight and chlorophyll results to C6H12O6 plus O2. No. I want you to remember that 6 molecules of carbon dioxide along with 6 molecules of water along with the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll releases 1 molecule of glucose along with 6 molecules of oxygen. Okay? Now, glucose is actually a source of carbohydrate. Okay? And this carbohydrate is, when prepared, is then synthesized in the leaves as sucrose, and the sucrose is then circulated in the parts of the plant with the help of a tissue which is called phloem. Okay? Now, the extra glucose reaching into different parts of the plant is then stored in a form of a complex carbohydrate which is starch. And this starch is generally stored in different parts of the plant, which results that there are all the parts of the plant which is edible for us because we have the capacity to digest that. Okay? So I hope this much is clear for you all. We'll continue this chapter by learning requirements of photosynthesis in the next video. Thank you so much.